Freyia Labs, we want to make fermentation smart. We are fermenters, we love fermentation, and we do it. Not everybody knows what it is. It's when you use bacteria, yeast, and fungi to create the food we love. For example, wine, cheese, beer, vinegar, and so on. And through our experience as fermenters and interviewing 201 SMEs from the US and England, we actually found out that 78% of them use pen and paper or rudimentary methods to track what they're doing and knowing that the food we eat is actually okay. So it leads to problems, and these are their pain points. Actually, these are our pain points as fermenters as well. For example, maintaining batch consistency. That's huge. You throw away your food. And that's where the opportunity is. Their problem, our own problem, is an opportunity to digitize and make them do their job better. They waste money, they waste ingredients, and they waste time. So what's our solution? Our solution is Forsetics. Forsetics is our software. It's AI-powered, and it works with machine learning, and it gives the ability for these producers to have real-time monitoring, advanced technology, which usually isn't in the hands of SMEs, so they can make their lives better and produce better food and beverage. There's something missing there. This is our MVP. It's an automated chamber where we grow certain fungi-based products and our interface. And our architecture. This works in a system using Azure. It takes data from the fermentation process, processes that, sends it to the user, and then the user can make smarter decisions. This is a linear process, so you know what you're doing, and it learns from that. The alternative is you know what you want at the end, and it tells you how to do it. And it's learned that through the network of information that it has. That way, you can innovate and create products more efficiently. So who are our target audience? Well, fermenters, the people who make our food and beverage. Fermented food, non-alcoholic beverage, alcoholic, everybody likes their alcohol, and people who buy data, which we're collecting. So what's the evidence? Well, we are fermenters. We have been fermenting for many, many years. Additionally, as I said, we sent surveys to 201 SMEs, which feel our pain. We have 4 letters of intent. This year, we got investment from the UN, which is funding us to use our technology for their needs. We've also got support from other organizations like Microsoft, Idea Innovation Centers, and we won many awards in the past. How big's the market? Well, we know. There's 228,000 fermentation companies in the entire world. They're broken up into lots of categories, but it is a big market. It's 15 billion, and we're looking at scoring 5 to 10% of that in the next few years. Additionally, the fermentation market is growing exponentially. I mean, it's a 40% growth in the next few years. So our software has 2 levels. One of them is the core at 300. That allows you to have an interface which is powered by AI and machine learning, where it will teach you, it will train you, and you can take the activities you need to do. And the second one is when you integrate sensors to gather real-life data and make intelligent decisions. So it's gathering data on the spot. We're also building a hardware part of it for that level. It's called Forsetics Hub. How do we target our customers? Well, we know them. We're one of them. We go directly to them. Obviously, digital marketing is another way, and partnerships. We're targeting Y Combinator next year. We're working with the UN to take it to the next level, and we want to make an exit in the next few years. This is some of our track record. Our team is passionate about fermentation. We have experts in fermentation, and we have mentors which are also passionate about what we do. Okay? So we're asking for 250,000. I don't know why that happened. Yeah, it's okay. In funding. All right.
Just say your...
Yeah. There we go. For 11% equity. And this is where we're going to spend it on. Thank you.
Round of applause for Bas, and sorry for the technical issues.
It's okay.
It happens.
Yeah.
So, since he's the first team, I'll give you just an intro of how this goes. We have 10 minutes of you judges asking any questions that you have, and after the 10 minutes, you can show the sign of thumbs up and thumbs down, and then we take it from there.
Yeah, thank you.
I got 2 questions.
Of course.
All right. So number 1 is, what's the stage of the software?
So we have our MVP software.
Okay.
It does a rudimentary. We're trying to make it intelligent now. We're also building a new fermentation.
The algorithm is not integrated yet?
Tell me?
The algorithm, the intelligence.
That's what we're working on at the moment.
Okay.
So we had a very basic system before, which would automate things, but not intelligently. That's what we're working on now, taking it to the next level. And that's why we need the funding to accelerate this.
Okay, got you. 11%, you're going for a price round, but you haven't received equity investment yet, right?
Well, we got funded from the UN, which
But that's
wasn't
not for equity?
No. They call it an investment, but it's not equity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So everything's clean. We're clean. Yeah.
Hi, Vas.
Hello.
Question.
Yeah.
A couple of questions, actually.
Oh, dear.
Have you estimated the cost of acquiring a customer? And a related question.
Yes.
How long does it take to onboard a customer? Does it require your physical presence at the customer's site?
So level 1 is a software. That's very easy to get onto it. It doesn't really require you to integrate any technology, but it just makes you smarter. So it's very instant. You like what we do, we teach you how to do it, and use the software. Level 2 has some tech.
You don't need APIs or anything to connect to this?
No, nothing. It is just the platform, which is intelligent, which is your co-pilot to fermentation.
How does it obtain the data from?
You enter it yourself. Yeah, so you're kind of working with an intelligent system, so that way you make smarter decisions, and it can predict what's going to happen. The second level, though, which is a little bit the synchronized version, is with sensors. So we don't want to actually disrupt what they're doing. That's why we're building a hub with sensors that work for us, and it's very easy for somebody who knows what they're doing, a fermenter, which is why we're working with SMEs. I mean, SMEs, the minimum you can make turnover a year is 2 million, up to 50 million. So you're quite knowledgeable about your practice. So it's very easy to put a sensor there to get live data. It's not disruptive to their operation. Yeah.
Okay. My second question, that was one. You said that you're fermenters yourself. Do you actually produce products?
Yes.
You sell products?
Yes, and many of the people here have bought our products and know who we are. Yes.
Okay. But that has nothing to do with the software?
No, but we are ourselves a client. So we're building and teaching the system on our own products. Okay. We do a number of fermented products. We have been for many years. And we use the software to perfect our art. That's actually how it started. It was our pain, consistency. So we know what we want.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so maybe I'll go next. Vas, congratulations on the well done. More high-level questions. So, I mean, machine learning and AI is something that's very common nowadays, right?
Yes.
So how do you intend to stay ahead of emerging trends in machine learning in general?
So we are filing for our IP right now, just to protect what we do. I would say we're going to protect how we're doing things now, and as technology changes, with the experts that are in our team, we can change and integrate. Obviously, the future is unknown, especially to what's happening and how fast it's moving, but at least we can get a solution out there that works. So if we're going to have to change the whole system, we're going to have to keep up with the game.
So what are the key milestones for your exit strategy?
That is a good question. I don't know until we get there. I can only answer the questions which are within me. I know we want to exit in the next 10 years, but what's important for me right now is to get the clients on board, make sure they're happy, make sure we're expanding into different industries, and in the future we will see, because things change so fast.
I don't disagree with the approach, to be honest. Step by step, and things happen.
I want to be a realist.
Exactly. So I will rephrase my question and ask that, what are the top 3 risks that you are acknowledging so you get to the position you want to be in for the next 10 years or so?
So the first risk is speed. This is a speed game. There isn't many people who are doing what we're doing. And we want to be able to get there first, because once we capture a client, it's kind of difficult to get them out. And it's very difficult to get that client out of somebody else's network, especially if they've integrated sensors and they're working. That's my first risk. My second risk is to reach a level where technology is changing so fast that we're a little bit questioning, should we pivot, should we change, how agile can we be? We are agile as a team, but things are moving really, really fast. Yeah, so these are my 2. The third one, let's see, do we have enough money to pull it off? So that would be.
So fair enough. One more question from my side. So what are the key factors to drive SME adoption then?
Tell me again?
Key factors to drive SME adoption.
Okay, so they see they have problems. When we interviewed 201 of them, they expressed interest in what we're doing, and they're the ones who gave us what problems they have. We need to get there as soon as possible, and they need to see that there's a return on investment for them. So that's the first one. They need to see that there's actually a benefit, that they can optimize of it. Additionally, in the future, the SDGs are becoming really important in audits, even getting a bank loan. So they need to be aware that we can provide them with a very quick way to streamline your HACCP, your complying with SDGs. So they need to be able to see that, and make more money by minimizing human error.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Vas.
Yes.
Andreas kindly stole both of my questions.
Oh, no.
But maybe we can maybe we can get back to the matter of. So, what metrics do you track in the fermentation process?
So we're building slowly. Now, right now, we're doing bacterial fermentation and fungi fermentation. Bacterial fermentation is anaerobic, so we're tracking if there's any exposure to oxygen, because that would indicate immediately you have a huge problem. We're tracking how acidic the environment is, which is another indicator that you're getting where you want to go. And they have to add that data themselves, so we can track it. And time is a very big indicator of when it is. So when you combine all those, you can make an equation. These are some of the key metrics. There's a lot more. With fungal fermentation, you can track the environmental conditions, such as humidity, light exposure, fresh air. These are some of the metrics that we're analyzing to know that it's happening.
Right, thank you. And does your typical SME producer at this stage have sensors and infrastructure in place collecting this data so that they can instantly get the full benefit of your solution?
78% of them are using pen and paper.
Right, so
yes.
Until you're at the stage where you can roll out your
yes.
sensor and hardware solution, at the moment there's a bit of a disconnect between.
But we have our first level. Our first level is a co-pilot.
Right.
Once we get them on the first level, we can easily convert them to higher levels. We also have other plans in the future for more advanced control. But for us, it's get on the basics, and then we can upsell. Convince them that the base product has benefits, it makes your life easier, and then it's easy to integrate sensors into something. They're using sensors, but what kind of sensors are they using? There's a lot of questions there. Yeah.
And the last one, is there something protectable or patentable about your
Yes. It's
your
the algorithms
algorithm,
with the way they work with our technology, which we're working on now for that.
Do we have time? Can I budge in with a question?
No,
Why
it's
SMEs?
me, it's
What are the
me.
big companies using? I'm sorry, Rita.
Sorry. Go ahead. Anyway, we are not going to fight. So congratulations. It's a super nice solution. Just for Hess, when you are going to rename sharks, my questions are not going to be very sharky. I'm going to try to ask to the startups about Nordic values kind of questions to a startup. So the first is about sustainability.
We're a net zero company. That's our goal. We're actually moving forward with EIT food. They're very important to us. We won Restart Circularity Competition, second place in Europe for sustainability. It's actually how my co-founder and I live. We care about that. Wasting, eating right, not damaging. So think about it like this, using sustainability as a profit-making strategy for SMEs. And why SMEs? Because they need to minimize their bottom lines. They have a need to cut costs. They're always working at very low, tight margins. So anything helps. If it's a hobbyist, it's like...
Yeah, this was my next question. How much sustainability then in efficiency in operations, for example?
Are huge.
But when you answer the previous question, then it gives me a little bit of, because if all these companies need to invest on putting that sensors, that 78% they don't have at today, is not only how much it costs to you to onboard a client, is how much it costs for the client to be ready to have these sensors. So that this is a little bit like...
It's understandable, but let's say you have a tank of kombucha and you have to put a probe inside and let our system deal with it. That's not really invasive, is it?
No.
So, not a big deal.
Yeah, very good. Very good, thank you.
So what are the big companies using? That's my question.
The big companies have industrial solutions which are tailored to their needs. They automate through function, not through intelligence. So, you have a brewery, Geo. I don't even know if Geo is considered an SME because it's quite big. But they have solutions tailored to them. They learn how to do a certain thing, but it's not intelligent. It just does a function. Yeah. That's what the big players are doing.
I promise I'm not going to ask any more questions. Hess is looking at me.
Yes, we just have to stay on time. So round of applause to Vas, and definitely we're going to get some beer fermented from AI. AI fermented beers. I like that. Thank you, Vas. Just to have a remark, 10 minutes. So if we can keep one question per shark, and if we have extra 10 minutes, then we can give more questions. Wait. Okay, so let's see. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Go big or go home. Let's go. Thumbs up, 1, 2, 3, and Stabriano's not sure. That's a thumbs down? Okay.